Hello again, I'm Stephen Jerome. I'm going to continue reading from my third novel, The London Year. This is part 28. Just a brief catch-up. Terry Gaines has found what he hopes is the new flat that he's going to be living with after he's been politely asked to move on from the flat in Earl's Court with Carlos and Bert. So, all in the first person. I raced back to Earl's Court to freshen up, then back on the tube for a quick 2 stops to Fulham Broadway. A 10-minute walk and I found myself on a broad, tree-lined street leading directly to the actual Wandsworth Bridge, a quarter-mile down. Surprisingly, it wasn't a busy thoroughfare, nor did it seem particularly residential. There certainly wasn't anything quaint or charming about it. In terms of character, it had almost none. There were very few shops or storefronts. Mainly the buildings were old, 3-story row houses, all flush to the sidewalk, no gardens. The only adornment was some minimal century-old architectural flourishes around the wide red brick windows of the 2 upper floors. The number I was looking for was no more than a plain door. I rang the bell and waited until a pleasant young woman answered. She was about my age, with prominent cheekbones and shy brown eyes. Her straight brown hair was cropped sharply to her jawline. "Are you Terry?" "That's me," I said. "Are you Gracie?" "No, I'm Tess, but you're right on time. Early bird catches the worm, or so I've found flat hunting." "Well, welcome," she said, stepping back to let me in. She wasn't tall nor thin, though it was hard to tell under her bulky blue pullover. But her creamy English skin glowed. Did I sense it flushed? "Any trouble finding us?" she asked, scanning me discreetly from head to toe. No, just a stone's throw from Earl's Court." Looking quickly around, I clocked the worn blue carpet, bare white walls, and a stairway leading to the upper floors. "Well, come through," said Tess. "We're all in the sitting room." Judge and jury time, I thought, as I followed her along a short hallway to the left of the stairs that led down a few more steps to a closed door. I could hear voices which stopped abruptly when we entered. More bare white walls and blue carpet in what was clearly a communal sitting room. I saw a small kitchen behind the 2 people standing before me. One was a bright, smiling girl about my own age who stepped forward immediately. "You must be Terry. Welcome," she said. "And you must be Gracie. I recognize your voice." "It's a Welsh accent," she said. "Glad to meet you." But for her accent, she could have been a California girl, with a scarf entwined in her wild blonde hair and a long, colorful print blouse. Standing back was the second person, a handsome man in his very late 30s, twitchy and proper in a gray plaid 3-piece suit. He was assessing me with a cool expression. After a long pause, he turned to an older woman who was seated at a small dining table in the corner behind the door. I hadn't seen her when I came in. She had a straight back and severely coiffed hair. "I'd say we're glad too, wouldn't you, Francesca?" I guess she was in her late 40s, maybe early 50s, slightly horsey looking in the way of British aristocracy, wearing what I now knew, thanks to Harrods, was a Chanel suit, dark navy, with a large bow falling at the neck. "More relieved, darling," the woman said with a very posh tone. She was inspecting me with the same cool eyes as the gentleman. "I think you're right," he said. Tess exploded with exasperation. "Oh, for God's sake, Colin, he just walked in." Indeed, we had not been introduced, but Colin and the lady seemed to have come to some kind of snap judgment already. Tess stepped forward. "Terry, this is Colin. He's the landlord." "Emphasis on Lord," said a new voice. I turned around to see yet another person I hadn't seen, a regular-looking guy, probably mid-20s, lean, with bushy blonde hair, sprawled on the sofa against the wall behind me. He sprung to his feet to shake my hand. "I'm Finn," he said forcefully, "and these are Colin and the Baroness Francesca." He was clearly making the point that they hadn't introduced themselves, which Colin picked up on immediately. "Yes, of course, Terry, I'm so sorry," he said, reaching for my hand to shake it vigorously. "I'm Colin, and this is my girlfriend, Francesca." Then, as if to dismiss Finn, Colin added, "Don't mind him, Terry. We don't go by titles around here." "Not like the good old days, eh, Colin?" Finn shot back. Colin just rolled his eyes. Francesca spoke up without getting up. "How do you do, Terry? And yes, it's true, I am a baroness. But please call me Francesca." "Hello," I said, my head spinning, but feeling a little less stranded now that formalities were out of the way. Colin spoke again. "Tess, Gracie, and Finn are the tenants here. I think you'll all get along famously." "Colin, they need to vote," Francesca intoned quietly. "Thank you," said Tess, still trying to manage things. Then it was Finn's turn. "Tess's house mistress, Terry," he said, flopping back on the sofa. "We do what she says, and Colin does what Francesca says." "Finn, that's enough, really," said Tess with a nervous laugh. "Pay him no mind, Terry," Colin said. "Finn's an artist, which he seems to think gives him a world of liberties." "That's right. I don't look back," said Finn. "Like Bob Dylan," I said. Finn brightened, victorious. "See that, Colin? Terry knows his lyrics. He has my vote already." "And he's American," said Gracie, apropos of almost nothing. "From Los Angeles," I replied. "Yes, New Zealand born, but I live in Hollywood." "Are you an actor?" asked Francesca. "Oh, no. I'm a..." I was no longer feeling claim to anything. No one had asked me what I did since my life-changing debacle in Prague. And as I couldn't claim filmmaker anymore, I said I'm a writer, an aspiring one at least. "Ah, aspiring," Finn claimed. "Then you'll fit right in here. We all want to be something we're not, don't we, Colin?" "Finn, please behave," Tess pleaded, stifling a giggle. And I'm going to leave it there. We'll get to know them all as we continue. These are the main characters of our story now that Terry is about to move into the new flat on Wandsworth Bridge Road. Let's stay tuned. Thank you for watching and stay tuned till next time. We'll continue with part 29.